The lore of Lookism is pretty big and pretty vast. So big, in fact, there's still a lot we don't even know. To this day, we still don't know a lot. But we kind of do know some things, such as the pre-generation and the first generation war. I dabbed a little bit into this in my Daniel Park video, where basically I was talking about how the whole creation of James Lee body even came about. But how I even get to James Lee, how I even get to any of that, I have to get into the pre-generation and the first generation war, since a lot of you guys kind of agreed with that. So, here we are, once again. Squid! What? How's go, Squad? It's your boy, Six! And today, we're back once again. And today we're going to be talking about the pre-generation and the first generation war. Now, to go off to tell you how the pre-generation war came about, I'm not even going to actually, before I even get into this video is not going to be all that long. Because again, like I said, even though there's information about this stuff, there's not a whole lot to, like, you know, go in depth. Like, what happened in those, like, pre-generation war. Just the stuff of, like, the most important stuff, as this also goes into well with the first generation and stuff like that. But without further ado, let's get started with the breakdowns of the pre-generation war and the first generation war. Now, the pre-generation war pretty much all started with from a guy named Gabriel Kim, who surprisingly is the father of Jake Kim, who I will cover extensively later on. Him and his band of compadres basically decided to cause a whole revolution with their freaking fist. And I'm gonna be upfront. Mad props. I gotta give my show respect to this man, Gabriel. This man started a whole revolution and said, nah, no guns, no knives, no nothing. It's all about these hands. Like, hey, yo, that's respect. And obviously, this type of respect, obviously, what gave Gabriel a whole lot of followers and a whole lot of people to, you know, band around him and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, just, you know, be with my mans, right? After my man Gabriel and his compadres pretty much, you know what I'm saying, achieved their goal, my man did the most wildest thing ever. He got into politics. Yep, as crazy as it sounds and wild as it sounds, this man really got into freaking politics, thinking he was going to get freaking elected into have some type of political power. Sadly, he couldn't even make it, and he died shortly after, which is kind of fucking funny because, bro, you're a gang leader, bro. You literally, like, revolutionized a whole generation. Like, there's no way in hell you was ever gonna get into freaking politics, but I digress. But anyways, after my man got into politics, he pretty much gave up all of his resources to most of his compadres, those that he's closest to him. And this pretty much started out of a sense of greed, because, you know what I'm saying, his follower, though Gabriel Kim was, like, you know what I'm saying, he was, like, humble, you know what I'm saying, he was true to his beliefs, you know what I'm saying, he didn't let greed or anything like get in the way of things, he just cared about his mission, and he achieved that mission, and now after that, he just went into freaking politics, right? He stick to his guns, true to his beliefs, again, mad props to him. His followers, on the other hand, not so great. They were not so honest. They were in absolute greed. They wanted power and nothing more. Like, they had unsatiable lust for greed and power, and that turned into the first generation war. Like, it's kind of freaking fucked up, because basically how the whole first generation war pretty much came about was that there was so many loose ends that the pre-generation war had. Like, sure, like, my man Gabriel, he pretty much, you know, achieved his goal and whatever, you know, revolutionizing himself by using his fists and shit, but there was still a lot of loose ends that he left behind. And when he went to political power, basically a lot of his crew just, like, had to take care of those freaking loose ends. And plus, that and a lust of fucking greed and power will dissipate this. So basically, that's how pretty much the first generation power came to be. First generation war came about, which was pretty much the first generation of circles, whatever it's called. And who was the person that pretty much stopped this was basically James Lee, which is the body or the replicated body that Daniel pretty much possessed. And, you know what I'm saying, because with the two body stuff, his second body is a replication of James Lee. The looks, the physique, all that, basically. And James Lee, which I will cover soon, bro. James Lee single-handedly decided to put an end to the First Generation War. He did this without any backup. He did this without anyone behind him. He literally went toe-to-toe with the pretty much called the First Generation Kings. And bodied every last one of them. On his own. Literally, on his own. This man was a demon. Jesus. No wonder Daniel, when he goes into his, like Master Society and UI mode, he was able to body pretty much anyone. Like, God, even Gun and Goo, bro. Jesus Christ. After James pretty much took care of that, Charles Cho, who was actually part of, during the PreGeneration and the First Generation War, Charles Cho sought out James Lee, and he became his, like, one of his, like, 10 geniuses or 4 geniuses around this time. And with this, Charles Cho pretty much, like, tried to band together to make the 4 crews, basically. This was early in development to making the 4 freaking crews become a thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, there's not really much I could pretty much talk about after this. Like, I would go into depth, but we probably am going to get more into depth as the series goes along. But anyways, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like this video, comment down below, share this video across social media if you can, and subscribe if you're new to my channel. This is PlaySex signing out. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.